Hello everyone and welcome in to tonight's contest between the Penn State Harrisburg Nittany Lions and the Rutgers University Scarlet Knights. My name is Louis Pasquoli and I'll be guiding you through all the action happening here tonight. And we have a pretty good game in store for you as these two teams be looking to get in the win column, something that they both have done fairly well this season. Let's first start with Rutgers. They come into tonight's contest at 6-5. And their last 5 games, they've looked very, very good. They are 4-1, the Scarlet Knights are, in their last 5. Only loss coming to FFU. But aside from that, they've been winning and they've been scoring goals in their victories as well. Last time out against SUNY, it was a 9-2 victory. Then 2 games before against Hofstra was a 9-3 victory. And then against Rowan, it was 8-1, the final score. So we know how good the Rutgers University Scarlet Knights can be on offense. The Penn State Nittany Lions will be looking to stop them from scoring and putting the puck in the back of the net. On the Nittany Lions side, they come into tonight's contest at 7-6-0-1. And the last time these two teams played, it was the Lions emerging victorious, a 4-1 victory for Penn State back in October. And so they will be looking to do the same thing here tonight. We are just moments away from getting underway here, and we thank you for tuning in to BSB. We appreciate you watching, and we ask that you make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button so that you don't miss any of the action that we have on our airways. Clock is winding down in the pre-skate. We are just moments away from both the national anthem as well as starting lineups, rather. And so we will have that for you in just a moment. Some college hockey as well. For the Rutgers University side, though, they will be led, at least go in the net, by Aaron Rodriguez, an assistant captain for this team. He looks to be the starter. We'll find out for sure in just a couple moments, but Rodriguez, the senior, has played very, very well for this Rutgers team. And even in those wins that I mentioned previously, he wasn't giving up very many goals. Rutgers only giving up 4 or less goals in each one of those wins that they had in the last 5 games. Now, as you can see, both teams huddling up, awaiting the national anthem. Let's head down to the ice, listen to both the national anthem as well as the starting lineups for both sides. that was the national anthem. We're getting ready to kick things off here tonight, and I am excited for this one. I think revenge will be on the mind of the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, as I mentioned before. They lost by 3 goals by a score of 4-1 to Penn State. Look for them to come out firing and to try to get on the right side of things here in the scoring column early. Let's go over the starting lineups for both sides. For Rutgers, Will Daly will start, so will Nikita Gorshkov. Avery Acuna is out there at left defenseman. Kai Inoue is out there at right defenseman. AJ Angres, the captain, will be out there at left wing as we get things underway here. And finally, Campanaro, the guy in the face-off circle, is on the ice now. And a quick shot from Penn State that flies just over the net. They will look to set things up here in the offensive zone early. Instead, it'll be Rutgers taking away. It's Angres first, now it's Gorshkov, but he has the puck dispossessed. Sent around the boards now, still in the defensive zone of Penn State. Still fighting for it. Penn State unable to get it out. This is good forechecking from Rutgers so far. Now goes on to the stick of Huang, and he's able to send this one out all the way, creating some offense immediately. That pass is deflected back behind the net. Rutgers will look to get things going the other way, but they can't get past the neutral zone as the puck flies off a stick and all the way back behind the net. That will be corralled by Mailer. Mailer sends it forward, and it bounces off the boards behind the red line on the other side, and that will be an icing call. Over on the Penn State side, it will be Soul in net. Jason Soul having the net minding duties tonight. Then Zidiak will be starting alongside Zach Doolin, Jacob Huang. Blake Hansen has a shot that gets patted away nicely by the goaltender in Soul. Still in the offensive zone for Rutgers, banked off the wall and now sent in further. Taken here by Arredondo. Backhand in front, whiffed on the shot. From the point it goes, deflected down, but not on net. This is some nice pressure from Rutgers, and I thought they might try to start off hot, get one early. Looks like they're doing exactly that. That pass to the middle is whiffed on and taken by Penn State as they look to get it out of the zone. Setting up offense quickly, but just beyond the stick there. It looked like that was Peyton Smith. He couldn't corral it, and now Rutgers has it, but quickly turns it over. So dumping it back into the zone is Penn State. And the final start of Penn State, in which I didn't mention, was Caleb Wardle. But here comes Rutgers, 1-on-5, trying to do it himself, and he sends one just wide. Rutgers is doing a good job, at least in the first 2 minutes of this one, of keeping the puck in the offensive zone after an initial scoring chance. Both these teams are playing quite quickly, though, early in this one. That'll bounce off of a Rutgers player and take it into the zone for an offsides. Got in there just a little bit too early, as a couple of players were past that blue line before it looked like it was Gankin who carried it in himself. But we will get another face-off nonetheless. And that'll be big here, seeing which team can capitalize the most off face-off. So far it's been Penn State. They've won the majority. Backhanded deep, and it looks like the goaltender will try to play this puck. It's Rodriguez on it, who now gives it off to Campbell. Campbell along the boards. And a shot that gets blocked. Immediately, Campbell hands it to himself, and there he goes. Finds Nunag, who's had a great couple of games in these last few outings, but he has the puck taken off his stick. Deflected forward for Penn State. Uthers trying to get on the end of it. And he does it nicely, shielding defenders while doing so. Uthers still with it. Now finds a player shooting, and that one gets blocked. Braden Unger's shot unable to get on target. A slow shot that has to be handled by Rodriguez. So a couple of quick shots in quick succession for Penn State, I should say. Rutgers now looking to get things out, but they cannot. Penn State still has the puck. And right by the blue line, keeps it in. Banked off the wall in further. Now behind the net, looking to set up some offense. Sealed off, though, by Rutgers. Can they get the puck out of the zone? It doesn't look like they can, at least for now. On it is Timko right in front, but it was bouncing and no one was there. Now it finally comes out to center ice, and Rutgers can get a little bit of a reset, but they've been on the ice for a long time. As right as I mentioned that, they make a change. Here comes Penn State, though, back the other way, looking to capitalize, and Rodriguez pads one aside. Back in front now. It's a fight for it, and Rutgers will come out with this one. Nunag with it, hands it off. Here's a shot, and it's cradled by Soul, rather. Jason Soul, though, the senior from Philadelphia. I think both these goalies will have their hands full based on how many shots we've seen just in the opening couple of minutes. Both offenses are buzzing. We'll see who can capitalize first, but again, Soul getting the start for the Nittany Lions. And it looks like that player will get whistled out of the face-off circle, and so Rutgers have a different guy taking it. He wins it. There's a chance in front. A rebound try that goes in! Rieger gets Rutgers on the board early. They lead by 1. So that play was all set up by a Rutgers player that got chased out. I believe it was Arredondo who was able to get in there, win the faceoff. Then after a shot, Rieger was right in front of the net to bury it home. And it looks like Rutgers has capitalized first. We asked the question of who would it be. It's the Scarlet Knights so far. They lead by 1, under 16 remaining in the first. Of course, a lot of time left. Penn State with the puck now. Backhanding it into the zone was Myers. But only as far as a couple of Rutgers players. Penn State looking to forecheck and generate a turnover. They do just that. A shot goes off the back wall. And now it's poked out of the zone. There's a chase for it, and Myers is back on the puck. Hands it over to Hansen, now stolen away by the Scarlet Knights. Here comes Arenado. That shot is high and into the netting. We'll get a stoppage in play. Nice defensive play there from Zidiak in order to block that one. Oh, excuse me, that was DJ Noss. Nice defensive play from DJ Noss to send that one high and wide, make sure nothing coming of that scoring chance. This face-off is won by Penn State. They come out with the puck. And they look to transition into the offensive zone. Both teams have been able to go into the offensive zone relatively easily. There's a scrum for it there as the captain, Angris, was trying to play the puck after getting pushed down, but to no avail, and we play on. And right on cue, it's Penn State scoring opportunities. Left back, here's a shot, gets deflected. Now another try that gets blocked in front. That was Zabalski who shot that one. Now Zabalski plays it off the wall to one of his line mates. In Unger, cross-ice pass with a shot that goes wide. Peyton Smith was the one shooting that time. And big hit there from Smith along the behind the net, rather. Pretty fun game so far. Both teams showing some offensive prowess here. And I'm excited for the rest of this one. I thought we might get a good game, and it looks like we are going to. Now there's a scrum for it. Looks like there's 5 players there behind the net trying to poke at it and get it free. The puck rolls around the boards and is taken by Rutgers, but Penn State does a nice job of getting possession right back. Nifty stick work in the defensive zone, gets it out to the neutral zone, does Unger. But Rutgers has it once more. They will just send it in looking to get things going, but someone was over too early. That would have been offsides. Here comes Penn State. Capiro with a shot that's gloved and held by Rodriguez. A couple of seniors in net for both these sides. Aaron Rodriguez, the assistant captain on this Scarlet Knights team. He is a senior from Howell, New Jersey, the typical starter for this team. And he has been playing for more than 1 year. I remember him last year, and he is certainly capable between those pipes. He definitely can make some really, really nice saves. Here is Rieger. He loses the puck, though, after trying to look for his second as he was the one that broke the deadlock earlier. Now it's taken by Campbell. Into the zone he goes. Campbell falls down and loses the puck. Penn State the other way. Here is Brady Unger. Now Capiro, but he has the puck dispossessed by Petrovich. Or Patapovich, rather. Ooh, that was a dangerous pass there, but Campbell was able to get on it, and he'll look to shoot one, and it's saved off the mask from Sol. Rutgers, another try. That one's in! Just like that, Rutgers is up by 2. And Nunag keeps the heater going by scoring one here tonight. He had a hat trick versus Fairfield. He scored one against SUNY Maritime. Now he's got one tonight. The last 3 games, or in the last 3 games, I should say, he has scored 5 goals. That one gets deflected and will go behind the net. So no icing call there. Pass in front, but no one is there to receive it. And that will bounce all the way back now toward the goaltender in Sol. He'll have to play the puck out to DJ Noss. Around the boards now and into the central ice. Here comes Noss down the left side, looking to get things going. Gets cornered off by Daly, who will apply more pressure down low. Furbush, pass goes out of play, or out of the zone rather, I should say. And here comes Rieger. Rieger, pass in front, nobody there. Rutgers unable to keep it in. That one will bounce all the way back. They have to retreat. Giving chase, though, is Smeltzer. Pass in the middle goes to Penn State. They have an offensive zone turnover. Here is Hansen. Now back at the blue line. Sent all the way around the boards. Wardell will try to get on it. He's unable to, but it goes back down to him. He falls down. Puck is ping-ponging around now, and Rutgers finally has it. They just chip it out. Here comes Rieger. Down the right side again. His shot is gloved by Sol. Well, the forechecks have certainly been good for both of these teams, but they have been able to enter the zone relatively quickly. And without too much pushback, the neutral zone presence for both these teams has been kind of non-existent. It's really just been back and forth, kind of a track meet style of hockey game. After Penn State wins the face-off, they look to continue with moving with the puck. Rutgers player falls down, and his line mate in Patapovich will take it. Patapovich's pass is deflected, but eventually finds Vila. And around the boards it goes. A couple of Penn State players there to take that one away. This one is deflected off someone's mask into the offensive zone. Way out of his crease goes Rodriguez, but Penn State has the puck. Jacob Huang with it now. Back here for Mailer. His shot is right into the chest of Rodriguez. And Mailer, the junior, he's a righty shot. We saw it there. He's from Pennsylvania. So it makes a lot of sense as to why he would pick Penn State. And he'll be looking to make an impact here tonight. Nice hit there from Mailer after we just had a little talk about him. But here comes Rutgers. That puck will deflect past the net. And so Rutgers unable to get a shot with that chance. Penn State looking to go the other way. Nifty moves there, but nice defense. Referee whistle blows. That will be an offsides call. Acuna defended nicely to prevent Penn State from having a clean zone entry. And it was much needed as he eventually generated an offsides call, which will set up a faceoff. And Penn State wins another one. They send it in. After some contact, Rutgers is on the puck now. Campbell on the right side. Back to the middle, and that pass was a little bit too hot to handle. Still with it, though, was the goal scorer in Mateo Nunang. Nunang shooting, and that one goes wide. And that pass is gloved and kept in nicely. At least kept in a threatening area, I should say. And now there's a fight for it in the neutral zone. Rutgers, at least for the moment, comes up with it. They dump it in further as they get a much-needed change. Penn State now looking to go the other way, and now we see a lot of possession switching very rapidly in neutral ice. After in the first about 10 minutes of this game, that wasn't really occurring. It was just from one side back to the other. The drop stick deflects the puck and almost makes another play on it, but that slows the attack for Rutgers. Pass a little bit too far there for Sirochi. And Rutgers will get the puck back. Big hit in center ice there from Zidiak. And perhaps we'll see Penn State be a little bit more physical now as they find themselves down by 2. But here comes Penn State regardless. It's Sirochi looking to shoot one, and that one's off the mark. Deflects to Zidiak, who puts it in deep. And there's another hit from Penn State. That time was Smeltzer. A couple of players wedged the puck free. Deflected in front. That shot goes wide. Here's Zidiak. It's banked around for Doolin. Doolin sends it back in. Penn State will change defensively. Chipped up for the captain in Angris. And Angris tries to take on 3 people and loses the puck. So 7 minutes, 41 seconds remaining. Rutgers up by 2 early in this one. But we talked about how good Penn State can be on offense, just like Rutgers can. I don't know if 2 goals would be enough. Whistles blow, and offsides will be the call. So I mentioned about Rutgers' scoring ability. Well, Penn State has scored quite a couple goals as well. So 5 games ago, they won 10-1, and then 4 games ago, they won 4-2. The next 2 games, they took losses. But then against Kutztown, they won 2-1. So they come into tonight's contest at 3-2, and they've definitely been on the score sheet offensively. Here comes Rutgers. Shot high and wide. That goes up into the netting. That was Gavin Rieger on the shot there, and we got 18 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in this first period of play. Once again, my name is Louis Pasculi, and we thank you for tuning in to tonight's contest. It's been fun so far. Face-off won and taken here by Penn State, but in a way gets onto it and gets crunched up into the boards. Penn State will now have the puck for the time being. It's a 2-on-1. Here comes Penn State across, and that pass is just wide. Hansen couldn't get on the end of it. That was a great scoring chance for Penn State where they couldn't get a shot off. Probably the best chance of the night despite both goals being scored. Here's Penn State again. It's Hansen now with it. He tries to put one in front, but that one is deflected to the side. And looking for a wide open Campanaro. But that pass was a little bit too far. Campanero's now hit behind the net, and the puck is backhanded around the boards there for Wardle. And Campbell throws the body. He goes onto the puck now as it pops up. He was looking for a shot there. And it goes to Popovich, who gets hit in central ice, and he loses it. A couple of stretch passes from Rutgers almost being successful. We'll see if they can complete one of those and turn it into a scoring chance as this game progresses. Zidiak around the boards, taken here by Daly. Now back in Penn State's possession, looking to walk in front and has to give the puck away. Backhanded now. Shot from the blue line. It's patted away. Nice positioning there from the goaltender. That was Zidiak, who now finds himself in deep. Hands off here to Peyton Smith. Peyton Smith backhands to a D-man in Zach Doolin. Right in front, or from the slot. Couldn't get a shot off, though. Tape to tape along the blue line. This is a shot that gets blocked by a body in front. Penn State still with it. Here's Doolin. Across the ice now in the middle. That's Zidiak who's looking to play it. Rutgers has been on the ice for a long time now. They'll be looking to get a change soon as they get it out. That one is banked high off the glass and all the way down as Rutgers is changing. Nice play there from Daly to slow things up. Pass for Campbell is too far. Play to the neutral zone by New Nag. And eventually it's just sent in the offensive zone for Rutgers, forcing Penn State to regroup. Here they go into the offensive zone, and a nice save from Rodriguez, who was pretty far out of his crease to make that save. Another hit from Rutgers as they now find themselves in possession only momentarily. Running back now is Mailer. He's on it. He has to just angle this one off the boards, and it's angled even further into the zone. Rodriguez will play it. Capiro gets pickpocketed. And now Rutgers will try to get out of the zone. And wow, big hit there in the middle. Or neutral ice, I should say. Here's Calandra as a Penn State player goes down. Calandra's able to pass that one forward. There's a couple players get tagged up trying to get the puck back. Penn State will emerge with it. 3 minutes, 28 seconds remaining in this first period of play. The flow has been really nice. Not too many stoppages, both teams going back and forth. Here's a shot that has to be sticked aside. And Rutgers gets a change as Penn State now loses the puck and gets it right back. Trying to set up in the offensive zone are the Nittany Lions. Ooh, and another hit from Penn State. They've been the more physical team as that shot on net, or a shot almost on net, almost got deflected as well, but it flies wide in the end. Penn State still with a pretty deadly forecheck. They've generated a couple of offensive zone turnovers so far. Rutgers finally able to get it out. Here comes Angris. Down the ice he goes, and he loses it. Here is Sorochi. He sends it in, and now Penn State getting a change. Taken here by Patapovich. Stolen away by Penn State. Just over 2 minutes left now. Both teams looking to get a couple of more chances here before this first period ends. Out only as far as Myers. Myers will send it back in. Ooh, and Rodriguez tried to make a play on the puck there, but it skipped over his stick. In further for Hansen. Now Wardle behind the net. He'll look to pass this one away, or maybe he'll keep it himself. Now gives it away, wants it back, tapping the stick, he'll get it. He'll shoot, and that one's blocked away. A rebound try, unable to do so. Player goes down, referee's arm goes up, and we're gonna have a penalty. And it was Mailer who drew the penalty, big number 77. And it looks like it is Angris who is making his way over to the penalty box. Regardless, it is Angris officially. And Penn State on the power play. First one on the game for either side. This is a golden opportunity to get back into the game for Penn State. Rutgers will be looking to kill it. They do a good job of sending it all the way down the ice. This power play will extend into the second period as there's a minute 20 left on the game clock now, and there's a minute 40 left on the power play. Rutgers, though, with only 4 players, making it tough for Penn State to move down the ice. Ooh, that a little bit of a dangerous pass there, but handled by Myers. Myers' pass gets deflected. It goes right back to him. Myers now carrying into the zone. He slows things up, and he'll look for a pass. That one deflected out. Everyone's going to have to retreat to center ice. 52 seconds left. Penn State carries in once more. Shot that goes wide. Decent shot there from Braden Unger, the first of this power play, but still Penn State not having a shot on goal in the man advantage. Past the stick of Zabalski and all the way into the zone for Penn State. Can the Lions get a couple of shots here in the remaining 20 seconds of this period? Here's Hansen. A cross-ice pass and a wide-open net. He scores! Luke Schmelzer puts it in and cuts the lead in half. That was actually Nick Wilson who ended up scoring that one. But regardless of who it was, Penn State capitalizes on the man advantage, and they now only trail by 1. Shots are 10-7 in favor of Penn State. And now they have a goal in the goal column with just 15 seconds remaining in this period. Under 10 now. Rutgers still applying the forecheck. Penn State will probably just flip this one out. They do exactly that. And the period ends at 2-1 in favor of the Scarlet Knights. Well, this one has been fun so far. Make sure not to go anywhere, as we will have the second and third period action for you right here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Well, we're getting set for the second period here at the rink. And after a pretty entertaining first period, Scarlet Knights lead by a score of 2-1. Nunang keeps the hot streak alive by grabbing one in that first period, as well as Gavin Rieger, two of the players to get the Scarlet Knights up on the board. And then on the power play with just a couple of seconds left in that first period, Penn State scored. It was Nick Wilson slotting that puck home into a wide open net. It was a beautiful pass from across the ice right to Wilson's stick, and he put it past the goalkeeper to cut the lead in half, and now that's how we got to a score of 2-1. We'll see what these next two frames have in store for us, as both teams have now switched sides. It'll be Rutgers going from right to left, Penn State going from left to right. And Rutgers is coming off an amazing year last year. They were ranked as high as number 3 in the nation in AAU. It's the best year that they've had in team history. Scarlet Knights were riding high last year, and they'll be looking to ride high in this one if they can hold on to this lead. But like I said earlier, I think they're going to need more than 2 to ensure a victory. Let's see how many more they can get, if they can get any more. Let's see how Penn State will respond down by 1. They responded nicely when they were down by 2. Let's see what they do now. Some say that a 2-goal lead is the worst in hockey, as that is an icing now. Some players disagree with. But some people say a 2-goal lead is the worst in hockey. Well, Penn State's already clawed back 1. We'll see if that comes to fruition, if Penn State can tie things up. Now we see a face-off heading back to center ice. Referee is conferring with the benches before we get started. It's Zimmerman in the middle of the face-off circle for the Scarlet Knights. And Zabalski for Penn State. Zabalski will end up winning it as Penn State takes possession. Pressure, though, quickly here by Rutgers. And that's a great diving block to stop that centering pass. Great heads-up play there from, it looked like it was Zidiak. And that prevented a sure scoring chance for Rutgers. Now it's Penn State on the other side of the ice. Stopping and turning, but losing the puck there on Penn State was Peyton Smith. Cross ice now, and Rutgers will try to get on it and try to settle things down here to really get something going. They turn the puck over, in on net. A second shot is saved there by Rodriguez. And wow, what a chance for Penn State. Andrew Zabalski was the player who shot it. Arm goes up, that'll be icing. And so we'll head back into the Rutgers defensive zone. But it was Andrew Zabalski who walked right in on net, went to the forehand, but it was a nice job of Rodriguez to get that pad over there and save that one from finding the back of the cage. And this game has stayed entertaining even in the early stages of the second frame. Rutgers now has the puck and is looking to get things going on offense. After a bank off the wall, they'll be looking to get on the end of it. Here's Zimmerman, getting pressured by 2 Penn State players. Now looking for a pass in the middle was Arndondo. Unable to find it, chipped one though, out as far as Acuna, who gets slammed alongside the boards. Strumfort now in the corner, and Penn State will try to bank it out. It gets past the D-man, and it'll come all the way down for Patapovich. Great sliding play there to keep it in the zone, though, for Penn State. Whistles blow. Looks like we have a player who is down. So we get a stoppage with 18 minutes and 19 seconds left in the second period. It was a great athletic play there from a Penn State player, but it looks like he will need some medical assistance here as trainers are coming out to tend to him. Hard to see a number. I believe that's Jacob Wang. And that is Jacob Wang, who is now up and skating. And he's able to skate off under his own power. Great sight to see. We hope that he is okay. But Huang is a pretty good player for this Penn State team, so that could be a pretty big blow if he's unable to return. But we're looking to get things back rolling here at 18 minutes, 19 seconds remain. And that first period was pretty good in terms of flow. There weren't too many stoppages, a couple of goals in that first period, but the teams had quite a long time of back and forth hockey without any whistles being blown. We'll see if that continues. Penn State trying to keep it in the offensive zone, but are unable to. Petapovic sends it in. And Gorshkov sends one to the net. Now back in front, a try that gets deflected in front. Quick shot from Gorshkov, who sends it wide. But Rutgers with a couple of scoring chances there in just that couple second sequence. Now Penn State pressuring along the boards as they try to get the puck back, and they are able to do so. Here come the Lions. Down the ice they go. There's a shot in front, and it's scored! It wasn't a shot, it was a pass, and Penn State erases a 2-goal deficit. Braden Unger is the player who put it in. He'll now take this face-off as a reward. But that was a centering pass to Unger. And he was in the right spot at the right time. Icing is called here. Puck will go back into the defensive zone of Penn State. But Unger able to slot that one home. And perhaps the 2-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey, as we just saw it get erased in about a period of play. So we just got word that it was Capiro who was the player getting the primary assist for that one. And it was a beautiful pass from him to set that up. But here come Rutgers looking to answer back after giving them 2 unanswered. That pass, though, gets taken away by the goal scorer. Here comes Unger down the ice, and the puck goes off his stick momentarily. He's able to get it to one of his teammates. Still being pressured, though, by Rutgers, but Penn State can set up shop, or can they? They cannot as the puck bounces out to center ice. Wow, that one high and into the zone. But here's Unger looking for his second. That one has to be played by the goaltender and goes wide. Cross-ice pass off the mark, but it bounces off of a Rutgers player's stick. And it looks like that was Smith sending it in further. Taken here by Myers as an errant pass from Rutgers. Gets it turned over. And now Penn State will look to enter the zone. They do cleanly. And defending 2 players there was Timko, doing a nice job of holding it while he could. Wow, that puck is passed back almost on net for Rutgers, on their own net. And now they're going the correct direction. Here's Arredondo, backhand, player in front. Tried to send it back to Arredondo, but it stopped right there. Nice defensive play by Penn State, as the pass from Zimmerman couldn't get through. He's on the puck now, tries to center it once more, but to no avail. Here's Downs. Haven't said his name too much tonight, but he's another key player for this Rutgers side. Wow, that one high off the glass, almost into the netting, hit the top portion of the glass and into the offensive zone, but not for long. Rutgers dumps in again, but everyone has to get out before chasing it. And Colin Myers sends this one very fast toward the boards, but a whistle blows. And so we will get a face-off. And it looks like that was a penalty on Rutgers. And that's why we got a stoppage. Yeah, power play to Penn State. Was looking for an official signal. I did not see one from the referee. But regardless, it's Penn State. They are on their second power play of the night. They scored on the first one. Penn State wins the face-off and will try to set up shop. Here is Hwang, who's back on the ice after taking a puck to some part of his body and going down earlier. He shoots one right at the chest there of Rodriguez, and Rodriguez covers with 1:39 left in the penalty kill. 5:08 left in the game clock. Nice to see Hwang back. That was a really athletic play and a smart play there, going down to try to deflect the puck on the forecheck. Unfortunate that he got a little banged up, but again, good to see him back. Rutgers this time unable to win a face-off. Penn State has seemingly been winning in that department. Shot, that's patted away. Now sent out of the zone for Rutgers, and Soul will play this one. He'll leave it for, it looks like that's Zidiak. Taken here by Hwang. Hwang goes down. Referee's arms stay down. Rutgers trying to generate a turnover here in this central ice, or excuse me, the neutral zone rather. But Hansen carries in for Penn State. Hansen looking to do it himself, and he gets dispossessed. Backhanded out. Will it go out of the zone? And it will. Zidiak's pass for Myers is a good one, as there is a player chasing, but Myers is able to get it to Hansen, and he can't actually. It's stolen away by Rutgers on the penalty kill with only 40 seconds remaining. 1-on-4, and the tried to shoot one there, but it was deflected before he can get all of it. And that was Gankin, who's been on the kill so far for Rutgers, almost getting shot off shorthanded. Here's Hwang. Elects not to shoot, will carry behind the net. Hwang being pressured by Patapovich. Still with it. Now moves it out. High shot, that's deflected. Goalie falls down. There's a scrum for it. I don't know if he knows where it is. Now in position he goes. The goalie that is, backhanded out and all the way out as the player will be coming out of the box for Rutgers. We have even strength hockey, a great scoring chance for Penn State towards the end of that penalty kill, or power play rather. Penn State with it again. And into the zone they go. I don't think Rodriguez had a stick for a moment there, and he certainly didn't know where the puck was, but lucky for him it was behind the net. No harm, no foul. Score remains 2-2. This game has been quite entertaining. Here's Zimmerman. His pass gets deflected high. Around the boards now, Acuna. Can he keep it in? It looks like he can. Zimmerman looking toward the middle. Now fires a tough angle shot. A rebound try deflects wide. DJ Noss with it now. Gives it up here to Furbush, who finally gets it out of the zone. And a huge open ice hit there for Penn State. That was Peyton Smith laying the wood. Oh, another hit there, this time from Rutgers. Perhaps the physicality will increase. We saw a couple of hits from Penn State in that first period, but that's about it. That shot blocked in front. Taken single-handedly for a moment by Capiro, but now the puck finds Rutgers player in Inouye back in his own end. Chips this one forward, but it's backhanded away. Now here comes Penn State with numbers. There's a shot, nice glove save by Rodriguez. And once again, he was pretty far out of his net there, but able to get that glove over and snag that one. 11 minutes, 59 seconds remaining in this second period of play. Shots still favor Penn State. The Nittany Lions have 17, the Scarlet Knights have 9. This time, Rutgers does win a defensive zone faceoff, something that has been eluding them, the faceoff wins. And they're unable to get it out just yet. Penn State doing a nice job of forechecking, as they really have done all game. Hit laid there by Angris. Player goes down, we play on. Penn State still working in that offensive zone, at least for the moment. Ref has his hand up, though. Penalty is coming. It's a delayed penalty for Rutgers. They're unable to do anything with it as Penn State touches it up. But now we'll see Rutgers go to the power play as this is the first one they've had all night. Perhaps they can capitalize with a man advantage. So the infraction was against DJ Noss. And now Rutgers, with a lot of their big hitters out there for this power play. First look at them here tonight. And this will be the first look at the Penn State penalty kill. Nittany in there for Rutgers, but instead it's one back by Zabalski. Here is Arredondo. Over now Zimmerman. Low for Nittany. Here is Arenado again. Now it's Nittany off the boards. Over for Zimmerman. This is good zone time here for Rutgers. A shot gets deflected up and taken by Penn State. They clear all the way down the ice. Here is Rodriguez as there's a big hit behind the play. He has to play the puck on. Minute 25 remaining in the power play for Rutgers. Zimmerman. Shot right in the chest rather, and all the padding of Soul. Shot from Gorshkov that time. So offensive zone face-off for Rutgers. Minute 18 remaining in the power play. And they've looked dangerous at least so far. Nittany wins it back, but out of the zone, and everyone has to retreat, at least momentarily. Taking it back in, though, cross-ice pass for Arredondo. Arredondo sends it in for Gorshkov. He gets it back. As Nittany and gives it to him. Nittany down further. Back to him. Rutgers being very patient here on this power play. Arredondo backhands it for Zimmerman. Zimmerman back to Arredondo. Low shot blocked there by Hansen. Nittany at the blue line. Rutgers hasn't shot one in a while, at least that's gone on net. 35 remain left on the power play, and that's gloved there by Soul. Low shot there, but Soul does a good job of holding that rebound. A juicy rebound on a penalty kill could be detrimental, but he does a nice job of corralling it. 31 seconds remain on this power play for Rutgers. 10 minutes and 1 second remain in the second frame. Ooh, that pass goes by the stick of the defenseman and all the way down. Rutgers will have to retreat back. Pass intended for a no way, but now Rutgers looking to set things up in the last couple seconds here. 10 seconds remain. Nice defensive play, and Unger sends it out. That should do it for the kill. There's a shot from Penn State. They score. That'll be ruled a shorthanded goal, and Penn State scores 3 unanswered to take the lead. Wow, and I thought Penn State was just going to chip it to try to bleed out the remaining time on that penalty kill. Instead, it was Colin Myers who was able to get on the end of it and put that one home past the goaltender. This puck flies up into the net. And Capiro is the player who's given the primary assist. But it was a great play from Colin Myers, and that's all hustle. Toward the end of his shift, as there's only 1 second remaining on the kill, he's able to work his way all the way down the ice, and he gets rewarded with a goal. So now 9 minutes and 5 seconds left. Penn State has their first lead of the night. Looking for another one. Here come the Lions. Tough angle shot. Nice positioning from Rodriguez to seal that one off. Now Rutgers the other way with Campanaro. And just sends this one around, looking for teammates to get on it. They're unable to, though, and so Penn State will have it now. Rutgers now takes possession, banks this one off the glass and out of their defensive zone, but it'll come right back in as Penn State gets the puck, but it goes back in a little bit too early. As the referee blows his whistle, we will have an offsides call. Face off. Won by the ref, it seems, but now taken by Rutgers. Here's Gankin. Shot gets blocked. But still working at it is Rutgers. 2 players in the offensive zone, now 3 looking to keep the puck. And Campbell is still working at it, but he's unable to get it. Patapovich, though, handles things in the defensive zone, at least for a moment. Banked around the boards. Played by the goaltender. Nunang with it. Gives this one off to Gankin. Gankin, though, gets sealed off by Furbush. Oh, and a little bit of extracurriculars after the play there by those two. We play on. And Gankin going at it again. Not happy with the no call. And he runs into his own player now in the offensive zone. And so Rutgers will turn the puck over. Penn State looking to settle things down here. And Timko has it now. Cross-ice pass gets intercepted. At least deflected, but Penn State will get it back. And they get a much-needed change. It's a full line change. Both forwards and defensemen coming off. And Rutgers not working fast enough to capitalize. This one banked and then almost going behind the net, but instead it was taken by Mailer, who sends this one out to neutral ice. Arredondo with it. Sent over now for Daly. Daly gives it off to his teammate. But Penn State takes it away. Here's a shot. Nice save by Rodriguez. Ooh, nifty move along the sideboards for a moment, but he gets sat down there and loses the puck. That was Surak. Here's Rutgers walking in. Penn State does a great job of closing down, preventing that shot. That time it was blocked by a Rutgers player, and now Penn State will look to head forward with some numbers. That one off the wall and banked behind the net. Peyton Smith with it now, gives it off. The puck is in front. Who can come up with it? It looks like it'll be Rutgers. 5 minutes, 47 seconds remaining in this second period. Now out in front, Peyton Smith with a shot. Nice save by Rodriguez. Smith with it back now. Backhands to the blue line. Now sends it deeper for Smith once more. Going around a player and trying to pick it up goes Smith, and he is able to get it to one of his Nittany Lion teammates. Back to Smith again. He's been very involved in this offensive zone time. As Nittany Lions still have it. Right in front. Shot goes just high. Right over the cage. Penn State still working within the zone. Driving to the net. The puck goes behind it, but Penn State once more has it. Cross ice to a wide open Hansen who can't get a shot off. Ripper! And that one goes wide. I think it was whiffed on, actually. But if he made contact, that would have been a very hard shot. This is an extremely long offensive zone time here for Penn State. Rutgers has to be tired. Shot from the point, goes in, gets deflected in front. Jacob Huang has 2. Well, we'll see in a couple seconds what the official scoring says, but I believe it was redirected in front. But Penn State has looked wonderful in this second period, exploding for 3 goals, and they've scored 4 unanswered in total. So with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left, Rutgers will be looking for an answer. So it is Hwang who is credited with the goal. Blake Hansen credited with the primary assist. And once again, regardless of who scored it, I'm sure Penn State is happy to be beating this Rutgers team now by 2 goals instead of 1 after being down by 2. Quite a topsy-turvy game so far in terms of the scoring. Here's Penn State once again working in the offensive zone. With some room and a shot, that's blockered away. Penn State, though, grabbing the rebound. Shot that time was from Doolin, and the puck rattles around the boards. We'll see if Rutgers can get it out. Remember, that goal was scored at the end of a very long offensive zone, time there for Penn State. Offensive attack, I should say. Puck bounces up and now is handled momentarily by Euthers, but there's some more contact going on as both players getting hit into the boards. A glove save is made by Rodriguez, and now there's some extracurriculars near the side wall as both players getting into it. Uger and Gorshkov not happy with each other, practicing some wrestling moves after that play was over. And refs letting them play, like to see that. Still will be 5-on-5 hockey for the remainder of this second period if everyone can keep things tame. Shots still in favor of Penn State as they end up winning another faceoff. Penn State having 23 shots to Rutgers 12, almost out shooting them by double. Off the boards, and an icing will be called. Rutgers wins the faceoff. The offensive zone to redirect it in front, but still slid along and then eventually blocked by Soule. Ooh, that pass deflects off a stick and goes all the way out. Rutgers will regroup. Under 3 minutes now in the second frame. Rutgers has to find something. They haven't scored in about over 20 minutes of gameplay time. And we'll see what happens here. Rutgers in on the offensive zone. Puck gets deflected. A player is down for Rutgers. And the Rutgers bench unhappy with the no call there. It was Zimmerman. Luckily, he's up pretty quickly and skating back to the bench without any help. Trainer is not even needed to come out on the ice. That is a good sign to see. And Rutgers bench still not happy with the no call. It was behind the play along the boards. Tough to see what happened. It was directly along the boards, and from where we're sitting, it's hard to see right underneath. But regardless of that, Rutgers with some adversity to overcome. And they dump it in, looking to get on the end of it. They end up doing it. A centering try, but nobody is there. Kept in at the blue line. Here's Campanaro. Gets pushed into the boards by Colin Myers. And back to Campanaro it goes. Looking for a wraparound and then thought against it. Out with a shot. That one goes wide. Inoue was the shooter that time. Myers angled ahead. Here is Surrock. Finds a player on the other side of the ice with some space, but he can't corral the puck initially, and so Penn State will have to slow things down, and now Rutgers takes hold of the puck. Arredondo, nice diagonal pass there to the other side of the ice for Campbell. Now back looking for Arredondo, who can't get on it. After deflection, Campbell takes it, walks in, but pad save and a stop made. Arredondo with another try, that one too high. Downs with some space. And that one is stopped somewhere in the padding of Sewell. And so we will get another face-off with 1:13 remaining. I think that was actually lodged in his blocker. And Penn State able to win a big face-off here late. Oh, and a tough hit there from Rutgers. Puck out in front, it goes high after getting deflected. Wow, that could have been a really good chance for the Scarlet Knights. But a good defensive play there from Penn State, getting in the way in between the puck and the net, and getting a body on it was a Nittany Lion. That was an awkward hit there in the corner. Nice to see that everybody is okay. Rutgers wins this faceoff. Shot, that's a shoulder save made by Sewell. Try saying that 3 times fast. Here's another shot that bounces off the back wall and will now have to be handled by Penn State. Perhaps looking for one final rush. Instead, it'll be taken by the Scarlet Knights. Low shot that goes wide. Here's Zimmerman. Pokes it forward. Now out of the zone and into the neutral zone. Rutgers will have to retain possession from there if they can hold it, and it looks like they can't. Penn State with it now. Passing on forward, here is Wardell. Martell still with it with a shot. Now puts one in front. Can't get a shot off, though, with 20 seconds remaining in the period. Rutgers, one last chance potentially. Here's Nunang. Whistles blow as there's more extracurriculars behind the play. I was excited for that rush. I wanted to see what was going to happen after that. But nonetheless, it has been a little bit more chippy here in this second period as both teams understand the magnitude of this game and how each other has been playing. Perhaps this will be offsetting, not offsetting, that's a football terminology. Coincidental minors, it looks like it won't be. So we're going to have 4-on-4 hockey with only 16 minutes remaining in this frame. Well, let's see. There was 5 players on the ice for Rutgers. Now Campbell goes off, and there's 4. So, yes, we will have 4-on-4 hockey for 16 seconds now and about a minute and a half, minute 45 after this. Rutgers with it. Looking for the last shot. They just send it in, though. Patapovich puts it in deep. It's taken by Penn State with 3, now 2, now 1. The horn sounds, and that'll do it for the second period of play. And it was Penn State who came on big here. They scored 3. They have a total of 4 unanswered. They lead by 2 by a score of 4-2. And when we come back, we'll have the remainder of this 4-on-4 action on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. We're getting ready for period number 3 here tonight. Nittany Lions find themselves up by 2 goals. Rutgers Scarlet Knights scored the first 2, then had 4 scored on them unanswered by the Lions. And now we got a minute and 33 seconds remaining of 4-on-4 hockey after those 2 minor penalties were committed there right toward the end of that second period. Just a reminder, in the box for Rutgers is, looking at the scoreboard there, it's Zimmerman. And then in the box for Penn State is Jacob Huang. So Rutgers now looking to get things going here to start off this third period. It's been kind of back and forth, wishy-washy in the first couple seconds here. Nothing has really been happening except for this chance for Penn State. But it gets covered by Rodriguez. On the shot was Hansen. No, excuse me, on the shot was not Hansen, it was Zabalski. As he was able to find the puck as it scampered out right in the middle. And he was there to try to put it home, but Rodriguez had other ideas. So 54 seconds left on the 4-on-4. And then we will have even strength hockey after that. Rutgers wins the face-off, and that could be really beneficial in this third period if they can just get a couple more face-off wins. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it seems like Penn State's been winning the majority of face-offs in the first 2 periods. Penn State with it now, looking to enter the zone. Rutgers making it difficult, but it's taken in here by Unger. And now it's back for Myers. Back forward, here's Unger once more. He'll stop on a dime. Nifty puck maneuvering there to find a pass over cross ice for Mailer. Still along the boards, and players still fighting for it. Taken here by Penn State. Back in front for Mailer. Or that's Unger, rather. Unger has the puck. Quick spin move. Now he shoots it again, but that one's too high. Patapovich blocked it the first time. Oh, loses an edge there as Huang out of the box he comes. 5-on-5 hockey we have now for you. And once again, we'd like to thank you for tuning in here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting, as there's a huge hit along the boards after the player got rid of it. But make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. And we have an exciting 17.5 left for you here in this one. So that one careens around the boards and out. Giving chase to it now, though, is Rieger. And he throws a hit, gets the puck back here for the Scarlet Knights. Puts one in front, but it's patted away, or sticked away, I should say, by Penn State. Another pass that goes out in the middle, but nobody is there to recover for Rutgers. Inoue with it now. He hammers one forward, only as far as the neutral zone, and it's going to be taken momentarily by Penn State, now by Rutgers. Here comes Zimmerman. A whistle will blow as Zimmerman was being pressured with the puck, and it looks like a hand pass is coming up, and that will go against Rutgers. So the Scarlet Knights will have a defensive zone face-off to worry about. Shot totals still remain in favor of Penn State. Penn State's got 24, Rutgers has 15. So Penn State with 9 more shots than Rutgers. But Rutgers wins a face-off here, looking to get another shot if they can get it out of their own end. Campanaro finds some space on the left side, shooting, and it gets blocked in front. Here's Angris. He flicks one out, but it won't go out very far. Penn State trying to put it back in. Rutgers able to get it for a second, and now they're able to get it completely, at least getting it into the neutral zone and now dumping. We haven't seen too much of kind of possession in limbo in the neutral zone. It's been pretty clear which team has the puck, and they've really been able to go from coast to coast. setting up offense relatively easily here, but now it looks like we're seeing a little bit more of kind of back and forth. Perhaps fatigue is playing a factor in that as we enter this third frame. Wow, referee doing a nice job of getting out of the way, though, but his arm goes up, and this will be an icing call as that puck crossed 3 lines and will go into Penn State's defensive zone for a face-off. Nittany and Zabalski with a face-off. Quick shot from Campbell. Glove saved. Wow, Campbell was ready for that. He got the puck on his stick and fired one at the net. That one had some pace on it. Soul, though, doing a great job of seeing it and getting it into his glove, ensuring it doesn't go in. Peyton Smith's pass across the net mouth goes too far and banks off the board. Some nifty moves there from Surrock. Behind the net, though, is Smith as he falls down, and that pass will go all the way down. Are we going to get another icing call? We are. Rutgers will be not able to change. 5 minutes, 22 seconds left in the third. Zabalski and Nittany again. Zabalski wins this one again. Whoa, a slow shot that got all the way through to the goalkeeper, but the Tendy able to keep it out. Here's Nittany on the offensive side of things. Pass to Campbell, and that goes beyond the net. Wow, nice move there from Penn State. It was the face-off man in Zabalski, but that is taken now by Patapovich. Pass out to center ice. Now sent all the way into the zone was Gankin as he goes down after putting it on net. That actually will count as a shot for Rutgers and an ensuing offensive zone faceoff. So Penn State was undefeated in October. They went 6-0 in the month, and that included the last time out against Rutgers. Pretty similar scoreline to that game. Penn State once again won 4-1. This game it's 4-2 in favor of the Nittany Lions. We'll see if it stays that way. And the Lions trying to get it out of the zone, but can't, at least for now. Pinned along the boards is the puck. A couple of players fighting at it. Zimmerman looks like he might come away with it, and instead he will not. Puck still is loose. Now it's taken and entered back into the zone for Rutgers. Pass for Arredondo goes awry, I should say. And a whistle blows as Penn State touched the puck. Looks like we got a penalty coming up against Penn State as Capiro heads to the box. It seems like Nittany has been taking every one of these faceoffs in the third period for Rutgers. He'll enter back into the faceoff circle, and that's why. He wins the faceoff, and Rutgers is able to set up in the offensive zone if they can get the puck back. But for right now, they can't. Wow, that one all the way down. It has to be played by Rodriguez. The Rodriguez turns the puck over. Wraparound try, it's in! Jacob Huang again, the shorthanded goal for Penn State. Wow, so a little bit of a miscue from Rodriguez, who, despite giving up 4 goals prior, has been playing pretty well. Rutgers, though, looking to get one back here. Wraparound try was open as the goaltender was out of his crease. Now it's over to the point, sent down into the corner here for Arredondo. Rutgers is going to have to start churning out some good offensive chances here if they want to get back into this one. Again, it's been a while since they scored. You got to go back to that first period. Nittany, though, with it. Here's Zimmerman with the shot, glove save. But as I was saying before, Rodriguez tried to play the puck behind his net, and instead of getting it out, he ended up giving it away while his team was on the power play. But that's that forecheck from Penn State that's been good so far tonight. And Huang was able to get on it and notch his second of the night. Zimmerman over for Arnando. Zimmerman now across a net pass, but it doesn't find anybody. Zimmerman once more. Rieger battling in front. Arnando. Ooh, that one is deflected, but a nice awareness from Sol to scoop it up. .56 seconds remain on this power play for Rutgers, I should say. Penn State wins the faceoff. Sent around the boards and out. Zimmerman tracking back. Penn State still pressuring, even though they are shorthanded, almost generating a turnover. Rutgers having trouble getting out of their own zone. Zimmerman's pass is deflected. It's backhanded, and it's not been able to kept in by Zimmerman. Here's Zabalski, other way, still shorthanded. His shot goes wide. Oh, and we got a penalty coming up against Penn State behind the play. Looked like there was some contact with the goaltender made. That was Peyton Smith who ran into Rodriguez. At least on initial viewing, that's what it looked like. Referees, though, conferring. We'll see what the call ends up being. Reminder, 15 seconds remaining on the Rutgers power play, and wow, it actually looked like it's going to be a penalty against Rutgers. So it was a penalty on Rodriguez that sends a player to the box. It looks like serving it will be Genkin. 4-on-4 hockey for 15 seconds, and then Penn State will head back to the power play after that. Wow, taken away by Penn State. Now they are on the power play. They will have 5 players in the offensive zone. Cross-ice pass to Colin Myers, bounces off his stick and into the neutral zone. Minutes remaining in this third frame here. Penn State again up by 3. Minute 23 left on the power play. Penn State just dumps in. Giving chase, though, is Surrock. And he's not able to get a clean pass on the puck. It goes back in further, but Surrock has it now, and Penn State can perhaps set up on this power play. Down low here. Huang with it, working very slowly. Passes here to Unger. Back to Huang. Now Unger again. At the blue line it goes. There's a shot that hits the pad and bounces behind the goaltender. Here's Huang behind the net. Rutgers sitting pretty deep in their defensive diamond during this penalty kill, as there's now 30 seconds remaining on it. Huang near the sidewalls, into the middle for Hansen, who gives it immediately back to Huang. Huang backhanded out to the blue line, now across ice for Zidiak. Down low for Huang. He's really been a huge part of this power play so far. It feels like every other time there's a pass, the puck's on his stick. Wow, nifty move there to keep the puck on his stick. Shot from the point, it gets redirected, still loose in front, battling for it. Now it's behind the net. Rutgers able to come up with it as the penalty expires. We got even strength now for both sides, but that was a crazy sequence that Rutgers almost gave up a goal on. Referee jumping over the puck, doing a nice job of getting out of the way. And Penn State will be looking to close out these next 10 minutes and maintain a 3-goal lead. That shot from the point hits something in front and deflects wide. Penn State with it now. Shapiro's pass out and now sent in further for Unger. Unger pressured from behind, and he gets hit once more. He's finally able to get the puck away, or can he? Looks like he still has it for the moment, but it's taken by Genkin. Unger still working at it, but here comes Rutgers the other way. Gorshkov's shot gets deflected high. We'll have a stoppage. This is the final game of a 5-game road trip for the Nittany Lions. Next weekend, they'll head to the Keystone Classic. And that tournament, they will look to have some success. But they'll be looking forward to getting back home, I'm sure. Quick shot off the blocker. Rebound try. A stick goes flying. The puck's behind the net. Someone lost a stick on the play. It was a Penn State player who now picks it up. And it will be no harm, no foul for Penn State as the puck is all the way out of the zone. Now finally goes back into it. The player lost a stick there was Sorochi. Rutgers needing some offense late here. Turnaround try off the side of the cage. Zimmerman with some space. If he can corral it, he tries a shot, but he is pushed down before he can release it. Here's Schmelzer going the other way. Oh, and a big hit from Penn State. That was Furbush who was able to lay the wood, but the puck is still there in the corner, now taken by taken by Petovich. Penn State still throwing the body in this one. They've been a little bit more physical than Rutgers has in this game. Both teams fighting for possession in the neutral zone. Mailer over to Unger. Back to Mailer, and they can't get a shot off. Unger behind the net. Wraparound try. Laying down is Rodriguez. Where's the puck? It's taken by Rutgers. Can they get it out? No, they can't for now. There's another shot that goes weakly toward the cage, and it's finally gotten out by Rutgers. Wow, what a sequence for Penn State. They keep pouring it on. Nifty move. That was Sirac on it. Puck goes out to center ice, though. It has to be played by the D-men. 7 minutes, 15 seconds remain. Very hard shot into the corner for Penn State. And now it's banked around, looking back for Sirac. Peyton Smith down low, pressured by a couple of Scarlet Knights. Behind the net, taken by him now. Backhand for Downs. Or Downs, rather. Patapovich says, I've had enough of that. And he just sends it all the way down the ice. No icing, though, as that was waved off by the referee. Wow, shot that goes high just past the cage. That pass a little bit too far, and we will get an icing call. Looks like a timeout was taken. Both teams heading to their respective benches. They will talk things over with their coaches. And we've had quite a bit of scoring in this one. On the Rutgers side, Nittany grabbed another goal, keeping his streak alive. And then the assistant, or the Rieger, who wears the A, he was able to grab a goal as well. Those 2 goals happened before all 5 of the Penn State goals. Nick Wilson had a power play goal. Jacob Wang had 2 goals. Braden Unger had a goal as well. And Colin Myers is the most recent goal scorer here for the Nittany Lions. And that's how we got to our score, 5-2 in favor of the Lions. I know it's early, but in a minute or two, you got to think that Rodriguez for the Scarlet Knights may come out of his net, skate toward that bench, looking to get an extra attacker on. They're down by 3. Not every team will pull the goalie while down by 3, but if Rutgers does, they're going to have to do it with quite a lot of time left in the 3rd frame. Face-off taken here by Penn State, and they set things up in the offensive zone. Puck now with Wang. He's looking for a hat trick. Ooh, nifty moves. He's still got it. And finally dispossessed. Here comes Rutgers, though. Cross-ice pass. There's a shot. Goalie's on the ground. The puck goes wide. Rutgers bench wanting a penalty as a player was knocked to the ice. Looks like they're going to get one. So that was Nittany again in there. The player that got knocked down was Rieger. Excuse me, that wasn't Rieger. I saw a 4. Looked like Rieger. That was Genkin. But he was pushed down to the ice, and I believe we're going to get a penalty against the Nittany Lions, and we are. So Rutgers will head to the power play. Last time the Lions were on a penalty kill, they ended up scoring. Face-off taken by Penn State. It deflects off a stick, but it still goes all the way down. And so Rutgers will regroup as they start from their own end. Wow, forecheck by Penn State there. Looking to generate a turnover, almost are able to. Rutgers, though, continues to power forward. Not for long, though. Here comes Penn State. It's Unger. Pass across, wide open, glove save. Great save by Rodriguez, and even better awareness to keep play going and not to hold the puck for too long. Big hit along the boards as Zimmerman goes down, nearing the 5-minute mark left in the 3rd period. Minute 15 left on the power play. Rutgers finally in the offensive zone, looking to keep the puck there. Wow, pass in front, but no one was able to shoot it home. Zimmerman sends it down further for Nittany, who moves this one around. Arredondo with it at the blue line. Here comes a shot, and it's saved and held with 54 seconds left in the penalty. So we got 54 seconds until it's even strength. But it looks like for now, we are getting another penalty against Penn State. Going to the box is Nayland Mailer, rather. And we're going to see some 5-on-3 hockey. This is the first time that we have seen that. And this will be interesting. It looks like teams heading to their benches again. They'll be talking things over with the coaches once more. But this would be interesting. So 4:42 left on the game clock, as you can see. And 2 penalties against the Nittany Lions. I mean that Rutgers will have a 2-man advantage for 54 seconds, then a 1-man advantage for a minute and 6 seconds. That was quick math. Surprised I was able to do that. But regardless, well, this is exactly what the doctor ordered, right? If Rutgers is going to try to score 3, you have to get one here in this next 54 seconds and then capitalize on the power play that they will still have if they score. This is a huge face-off. This also could be a decent time, depending on how long they want to play it, for Rodriguez to come out of the net. Regardless, Rutgers has the puck now. Oh, and a near costly turnover there. As Arredondo, he does turn it over. Walking in on net was Penn State. It was Zabalski who couldn't get a shot off. But regardless, Rutgers got 30 seconds to work with a 5-on-3. This has been a great kill, and it gets even better for Penn State. Here's Zimmerman. Entering the zone cleanly. Now Rutgers looks like they can set up. Nittany. Goalie comes off for Rutgers. The Scarlet Knights will have a 6-on-3. A cross-ice pass for Zimmerman. Shot goes wide. 1 second left. It's a 5-on-4. And actually, it's a 6-on-4 because the goalie's out of the net, but it's a save from Soul. The net is empty for Rutgers. Their last-ditch effort to get back in this one has begun. Mailer still in the box for a minute 4. Face off. Scramble for it. The shot, oh, just wide. Bounces back in front, though. Rutgers have to be careful here. Zimmerman plays it nicely and gets it out of harm's way for Yankin. Gives it back to Zimmerman. He's behind the net now. Under 3.5 minutes left. Out to the point. Here's Gorshkov. A pass that flutters by the stick of Nittany. Rutgers, though, doing everything they can to keep it in. They will. Gorshkov pressed along the boards. Rutgers still has it. Back to Gorshkov it goes. Now Nittany looking for some space. Gorshkov with a shot, but that's off the mark. Arredondo. Now Rieger. Low shot, could not get deflected on net. Penn State just bats this one away. No icing is called as they're still on the penalty kill for 4 seconds. Now we have quote-unquote even strength despite the Scarlet Knights having one more skater on the ice than Penn State. Rutgers has the puck. Nittany, who's been on the ice for the last 5 minutes, probably the last whole period it seems like. Shot that gets blocked. Nice defensive play from Unger. Here's Rieger. Cross-sized pass, no one is there, but now Nittany gets on it. Close in front, tough angle shot. Poking at it is Rutgers. The whistles blow. We'll get a stoppage. Well, Penn State did the hard part. They killed a 5-on-3 for almost half of a penalty, right? It was 54 seconds. They killed that. They even killed that. It was a 6-on-3 for a couple seconds there. And then they eventually killed what could be considered a 6-on-4 with the goalie out of the net for Rutgers. Now at even strength, it's not even strength. Rutgers still has one more skater, but with 3 goals to go and only 2 minutes to do it, another cover-up for Seoul will put this in another offensive zone face-off, but Rutgers certainly has a big task ahead of them. Clock ran a little bit more than it should have previously. And that's what the Rutgers bench is yelling at. But now it stops with 1:51 left. A couple seconds ran off. Maybe that shouldn't have. But regardless, we're going to continue playing here in this third period. And once again, we just thank you for watching here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. I know I'm having a good time. We hope you are at home. We hope you are as well at home. Now it looks like the referees will be talking to the benches, perhaps the scorekeepers, to get the clock situation all figured out.
Should have gone down like 7 seconds.
Word from our producer is that it was a 7 seconds running off the clock when it should have been stopped, but I don't know if that will matter. The clock has not started yet, perhaps to make up for these next moments. We'll see if it starts. Now it does.
What was that?
And now we're rocking with some normal hockey. Rutgers still has the puck. Our producer is as confused as everyone else is. That might be a first for us here at Breakout Sports Broadcasting. But it's no, getting word that it's not a first, so it's a first for me as I'm calling it. But poked in front, covered by the goalie, and now players going at it after the play. Well, definitely getting word it's not a first, but for me that was definitely entertaining, to say the least.
A clock has stopped, and it's like 20 seconds.
So after all of the clock situation, minute 26 left is the official time on the scoreboard. And Rutgers needing a miracle. Hansen flips forward, batted down into the zone and not out. So Rutgers is on sides. Backhanded try, that's blocked away there. Great sliding play from Myers. Rutgers still has it. The Scarlet Knights looking for a shot. Nice save by the goaltender. Stoll gets over to make the play and shuts down that scoring chance. A minute remaining. Low shot. Blocked in front. There's a scrum in front as well that now is broken up. Rutgers still have the puck in the zone. Flick toward the goalie and over the net. That was a chip shot. Almost like something that you might see in a soccer game. 41 seconds remaining. Right in front for Zimmerman, and it's blocked away by the goaltender in Seoul. Puck down by Zimmerman, but the referee has his arm up and whistles blow. We'll get a stoppage. Looks like there is a penalty coming up. Heading to the box is Gankin. So for the remaining 33 seconds of this one, Penn State will be a man up. They win the face-off and they turn the puck over. Here comes Rutgers the other way. Nifty moves by Nunez. Penn State has it though. 20 seconds remaining in this one. Oh, redirected shot that has to be saved by Rodriguez. Probably the last of the game. Here's Unger working towards the net. Wraparound try, hits the side of the cage. Banked up, now Patapovic pushes this one out. Zeros on the clock, and it's Penn State emerging victorious here tonight. Their second victory against Rutgers this season. They improve to 8-6-0-1 on the season. On the other side, Rutgers drops to 6-6 and even 500. But that was a fun one from start to finish. For our camera person and our producer, my name is Louis Pasculi. We thank you for watching here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting, and we'll see you next time.